gonna sound arrogant, and it probably is, but it's the truth. I could have beat the other people not running as fast as I did, but my standard for myself is every time I touch the track, I should run 43 seconds.
What are we talking about today, Michael?
Today we're talking about the 400 meters, one of my favorite races.
What are the 3 worst things you can do in a 400?
Run it without training for it properly. 2, go all out from the gun thinking you can run the whole 400 meters full speed. You will pay for it at the end. 3, underestimate the advantage of upper body strength or the disadvantage of lack of upper body strength.
You were really more of a 200-meter guy early on. What prompted the decision to move into the 4?
Early in my career, I wasn't ready to start doubling at championships, so I had to make a decision, which one am I gonna run, 2 or 4? The 2 was my primary event, but it was always really difficult for me sitting in the stands at a championship, watching people win the gold medal in the 400, and I'm thinking, that could be my gold medal. It wasn't hard for me to figure out how to win 400 meters. What was hard and took me literally 9 years was to figure out how to run my best to break the world record. My coach kept telling me, look, in order for you to break the world record, the next phase for us and where we're gonna find that 1/10 of a second is gonna be in the first 60 meters of this race. You have to have the guts to get out. You have to run it like you're running 200 meters, which is scary given that it's not 200 meters. It's twice that long. And I've experienced, running out of gas with 60, 70 meters to go in the 400 meters, and it is not nice at all. It takes a lot to just commit to that and do it and hope that it's gonna work. But once I did it, I was like, this is like magic.
All right, Professor, class is in session. What is the call room?
The call room it's funny. It's funny now sitting here. It's not funny when you're actually in it. I think we are the only sport that does this. Just before you go out onto the track, you are called to a room, and that's why it's called the call room. All 8 competitors for your race are in that room, and it's always relatively small because it's right off the track. It's a really interesting and weird dynamic, and athletes, kind of like, what do I do here? Because you don't want to be looking at your competitor. You don't want to kind of make eye contact. You want to try to avoid that, and it's a lot of stress. It's gonna sound strange. It's the only thing I really miss about track. That moment right before going out onto the track where I'm about to go out and do battle with my main rivals. I know that I can win. I don't know if I'm going to win, but we're gonna find out.
Do you think that the race starts in the call room then?
The race starts when the race starts, but some people have lost the race in the call room. You can't start to focus on things that haven't happened yet in that call room and start running the race. You start to leak too much energy. So when you see the athletes out on the track before that race, one of those athletes may have already lost the race based on what happened in the call room a few minutes earlier.